Let's talk to former CIA operative Peter Brookes. He's a senior fellow at the Heritage Foundation. Good morning to you, Peter.
Good morning.
Let me ask you about this, because Ukraine joined NATO back in 2008, and one of the elements of that charter is that if a member nation is in trouble, other nations come to defend it. So what happens now?
Well, Heather, actually, Ukraine is not part of NATO. So it is not part of the NATO Treaty Alliance, and this was a very big issue a number of years ago. Russia wouldn't have allowed this. Russia considers Ukraine to be a strategic soft underbelly and would not allow Georgia, Ukraine, or some of the other Soviet states to enter into Europe. And there was a concern that it might cause bigger problems if it actually did enter NATO.
Yeah,
so right now it isn't.
Let me just correct myself there. They were rejected from that, but there is a kind of partnership of sorts. So how does that work? So what happens?
Well, we have serious concerns about what happens in Ukraine. It's an important part. It borders some of our NATO states, such as Poland. And so this is critically important to Central Europe, or Eastern Europe here, and what happens there. So, yeah, we're going to have to look at this very, very closely. We're going to have to obviously track down accountability. It's certainly going to push Russian relations to a new low. In fact, you know, remember, Heather, when the administration came in, they talked about hitting the reset button with Russia. Well, in my view, this relationship has gone from reset to regret. And I can't imagine it getting any worse if Russia has some sort of complicity in what happened in this tragedy.
All right. You know, we keep talking about the separatists being responsible for this, but the separatists really, they report to Moscow. So why don't we just be more clear about this and say that Moscow is directly responsible for the downing of this plane?
Well, we certainly might. You know, I understand the administration wanting to make sure they have all their facts in a row. It appears that the intelligence is not quite conclusive, whether the shot came out of Ukraine or out of Russia. And once again, I think they're going to...
Does that really matter, though, Peter, if it came directly from Russia or if it came from Ukraine, and if those separatists were reporting to Moscow?
Well, that's another question, whether they are actually under Moscow's operational control. I don't want to split the hair too much, Heather, and I understand your point, and I do believe Russia has complicity in this because they've been supporting the insurgency in eastern Ukraine. Remember Crimea? So I think that there is here, but I can understand where the intelligence community wants to make sure they know who fired this. They'll be looking at people chatting about this. They'll be looking at the intelligence that may say where this came from, as opposed to that. So the big thing is, were they the separatists or Russian armed forces? Some people are saying it could have come out of Russia. So there's still a little bit more we need to know.
Peter, let me just ask you quickly about Vladimir Putin's long game here. He talked about the Soviet Union and the dismantling, and that being sort of the biggest tragedy for his nation. What's the goal here?
Well, he wants to make Russia a major player on the world stage again. He said in 2005, as you just alluded to, that Russia, the greatest geopolitical tragedy of the 20th century was the fall of the Soviet Union. Didn't make my list, but it tells you what he's thinking. So this, I think, is really going to hurt him internationally. This is going to, because I think there is going to be complicity with Moscow, and I think it's really going to undermine Russia's case that it should be a country that is a major player in the international system. So this is going to really hurt Moscow.
All right, Peter Brookes, thank you so much for your expertise this morning.